Hi friends, Norma here. Welcome to your Wednesday afternoon Yin Yang class. It is almost 3:30, so we're going to get started in a few minutes. So welcome. For today's practice, we are going to need a yoga mat or a comfortable surface to lay down on. No other props are required, but if you do have yoga blocks or a pillow handy, sometimes that's nice to support yourself. Hi Amy. To support yourself during the longer held stretches through our yin practice in our second half. So we're going to get started laying down on your back. So I'll be sitting up queuing for the first few minutes as people arrive. So we are at 3:30 now, so go on and get comfortable laying down on your mat, taking as much space up on your mat as you want to. And just a little reminder that this is your practice. Please practice at your own level. I can't see you out there. I will provide some modifications for you, but please practice at your own level. Take breaks as they needed. Don't force anything. I want to talk more today about just being. If you were in yoga yesterday, talking about just being. So don't force anything today. Let's flow through the postures. Reconnect with our breath and enjoy this 45 minutes that you've carved out for yourself. So we will begin. So starting in your Shavasana, laying down on your back, taking a few minutes just to adjust to a comfortable position, what feels right for you this Wednesday afternoon. Do you feel like you need to wiggle a little bit, trying to find some comfort? Maybe you want to tuck your shoulders under a little bit, stretching your arms out to the side, palms face up. Toes can be to opposite ends of your mat. And just take this first few minutes to arrive. And if you found a position that's just not feeling just right, just wiggle a few times till you find that you are supported and you're feeling comfortable in this first posture. So taking a moment to lower your gaze, letting your shoulders drop away from your ears. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. And just observe, are your biting surfaces of your jaw, are they relaxed? Bringing your awareness to your breath. Maybe imagining it traveling in through your nose, going through your chest, filling up your belly. And imagining it going back out, emptying your belly, your chest, and traveling out through your nose. So welcome. You've carved this time to come to your mat. Maybe it's your first time, maybe it's your 400th time, maybe it's your first time in a very long while. Wherever you are, welcome. Know that you are welcome to bring your whole self here. Big permission to feel all the feels on your mat. You are protected and you are held here. And you will have the experience that you were meant to have this Wednesday afternoon. So as we link our breath with movement, as we flow through our asanas, and we hold those poses a little bit longer in our second half of class, just remember coming through back to your breath, just as we started. In through your nose, filling up your chest and your belly. Letting an exhale pass by your lips, perhaps sighing, letting anything go that may have come up. So it's normal as we go through these practices to have your mind wander, and that's okay. Maybe it is, oh my goodness, there she goes with another sun salutation, or why are we holding this warrior pose so long? So know that that is perfectly normal, or maybe your to-do list comes in, or that phone call you might have to return, but know that that's okay. Just acknowledge those thoughts that come into your mind. That's perfectly normal. You're not doing it wrong. And come back to your breath. In through your nose, filling up that chest and belly, and exhaling, letting anything go. So as we travel through our practice, we have a breath that enters through our nose and exits through our nose. But we invite some clearing breaths periodically through our flows, and permission to you that at any time, if you feel that you need to let go of something, just sigh, let it go, I'll go, just go. Each new breath is a brand new beginning and a clean slate. We can start again. So with that, take an inhale together, exhale, sigh, let it all go. I'm going to join you on our mat now. So just taking this moment to bring your awareness back into your body, inviting small movements to your fingers and toes, massaging out the back of your head as you rotate, maybe touching your ear to your shoulder, slow and steady, just side to side. Taking your hands overhead, stretching long like you're waking up from a long nap. Taking your knees to chest. And maybe just come up for a moment like you're giving yourself a little hug and thanking yourself for carving out this time for yourself this afternoon. As you let your head come back down to the mat, taking feet up to the ceiling like you're standing on the ceiling. Take some moments just to pump your feet from side to side, maybe make circles with your feet. And just take a moment to scan your body and see, how am I feeling this Wednesday afternoon? Is there any area that may need some extra attention? Just awareness, no judgment. And maybe sending some breath there. Creating stillness back to your feet, bringing knees to chest one more time. And let's just take a moment with our hands on our knees. Just make some little circles with your knees. Not moving your body, just your knees. Small circles. Just giving some momentum into that hip joint. And the byproduct is a little massage on your back as well. Once you've done 3, go 3 in the opposite direction, slower than you want to go. Remember, are you breathing? Or are you holding your breath there? I think I was a little bit. Offering stillness once again as you take your knees to your chest and roll over to one side or the other, whichever is calling you, as we gently push up into our tabletop position. So with our tabletop position, making sure we're setting our foundation before we get started. Fingers are spread out wide, shoulders are stacked over elbows, stacked over wrists. Toes can be tucked, or you can have your feet flat on the ground for this. So dropping your belly, lifting your gaze, traveling through some cat-cows. Linking that breath with movement. Curling up. And giving your body any authentic movement that feels right for you. Your body, your practice. You are your own best teacher. What do you need from your practice today? Beautiful, guys. I want to just change that up a little bit. Just taking your hands out a little bit further on the mat. We're going to combine the movement we did last week of going forward into a low plank and sitting back into a modified child's pose. So just do that a few times just to get that movement. Slow and steady, coming forward into a low push-up, sitting back into a child's pose. One more time so you have that movement. And now can we slowly incorporate this with a cat-cow? So as we come back down, can you tilt your pelvis? And then when you come back up, can you go into that scary Halloween cat? Once again, just feeling how that feels in your body. And that feels horrible, that's not for you. Just go back to whichever one you might prefer on your own. 2 more, wherever you are. Being back in a neutral spine. If your toes aren't tucked, please tuck them, taking your hips up and back into our first downward facing dog. So with your downward facing dog, again, what movement feels good here for you? So maybe you've been moving all day and you just want to hang out here, draping your heart through the windows of your arms, lining biceps to ears. Or maybe you feel like you want to take your dog for a walk. Or maybe you went for a walk today and your lower calf might be a little sore, so you can bend generously into your left knee, stretching your right foot down to the floor. If you're doing that, changing to the other foot, right knee generous bend, stretching out the calf of the left side. Beautiful, guys. Wherever you are, creating stillness here in your downward facing dog. Inhaling together. Exhale, sigh, let it all go. Bending your knees, looking to the top of your mat and traveling there. You can walk, you can jump, you can step there. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise and shine all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just want to see who's joining us. Hi, nice to see new people here today. Welcome. Old and new friends, always welcome. We're going to travel through Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A to warm up. I'll guide you through it. So taking our hands, reaching up and open, rising all the way up. Taking hands back to heart center. One more time. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bow over soft knees as you fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out of your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. So what serves your body here? Are you high plank? Always option to lower your knees. Hugging your arms all to your sides, lowering all the way down to the mat, Chaturanga, Tadasana. We're still warming up here. So let's take our fingers off to the top of our mat, just offside our mats. We're on tented fingers here. Our focus is on the mat. We're gonna breathe up and just lift our chest and shoulders off the mat. Exhale, let it go. One more, lifting up. Exhale, let it go. One more, breathing up. Focus is on your mat. Exhale, let it go. Taking our hands back underneath our shoulders, tucking our toes. Push up through table, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here to reset. We'll travel through that 2 times more, just a little bit quicker now. To warm up our bellies, warm up our legs. Get a chance to breathe. Bending your knees, travel to the top of your mat, please. Inhale to lengthen, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, bowing over soft knees. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands to your chaturanga. So is that high or low plank? Whatever serves you, your practice. We're warming up a little bit, so maybe your back bend's coming up a little bit. Hands remain under your shoulders. Tucking your toes. Meeting in downward facing dog. Always permission to travel through table to get there. 3 breaths here. Bending your knees, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bow. Inhale, flat back, lengthen out of your spine. Exhale, plant your hands. Chaturanga Dandasana. Downward facing dog. So as we flow through, there's only a few more vinyasas today, but as we flow through that, if that's not serving you, know that you can always come down to a child's pose or stay in downward facing dog. Or also, if you want to stay in Shavasana for the whole time here, go for it. You decide. What am I doing this Wednesday afternoon? Take your right leg up behind you. Bend your knees, stack your hips. And let's just repeat those circles, this time with your knee slower than you want to, lubricating that hip. Prepare us for some postures in our yin practice. So 3 one way, and then 3 the other, slower than you want to. When you're finished, back to 3-legged dog, looking forward, stepping or helping your foot to the top of your mat. So setting our foundation here, always an option to stay in a low crescent lunge. If you have any knee troubles, you want to take that back mat and double up to protect your knee. So squaring your hips to the front, hands can be on your hips. If it's in your practice and you want to go up to high crescent lunge, you can do that. And we can float our hands up and perhaps our gaze follows. So big generous bend to that front knee. You want to be able to still see your toes. And can we come up higher on our back toes? Great adjustments, guys. Are you still breathing? Pivoting on your back foot, opening up into Warrior 2. So in that Warrior 2, we have a heel to arch alignment. Our left foot is now pointing on a 90 degree to the front of our mat. Our body is forward. Our arms are like wings. But our gaze is going to go over our right middle finger. It might be obvious I love Warrior 2. I love the strength that we can have in this pose. And this beautiful feeling like you have wings as your shoulders just melt away from your ears. So flipping your right hand, reach it up and back, exalt to warrior. So we want to reach down our back leg, creating this openness on the right side of our body. Your gaze can go to your extended right arm, right hand. Beautiful, guys. Coming back through warrior two. We're going to straighten out that front leg without locking out our knee. And we're going to reach through so you can't reach any further. And then hinging out your waist, reach down to what is ever accessible on your leg. So that might be your ankle, or maybe you have a yoga block handy, or maybe it's just your pant leg, and that's fine. Wherever you are, honor your body. Your hand can be on your waist, or maybe you want to float your arm up and open. Making sure we're tucking in. We're not sticking out our bums. Beautiful, guys. Taking our hands to the mat as we pivot off our back toes. Slight change here. Planting our left hand under our shoulder. Can you twist open to the right side of the room? Beautiful. Taking right hand to the mat, right foot meets left, and we're going to go through a flow. So high or low plank, whatever's serving you. Again, if you want to stay in your downward facing dog, that's where we're going to meet. No one said you had to do every flow I offer today. Just an offering. Take your left leg up behind you. Bend your knee, stack your hips, and just complete those circles with that right knee, the left knee now. Slower than you want to. Opening that hip up. Once you've done 3 one way, 3 the other way. Once you're done, coming back to that 3-legged dog as we step our left foot to the top of our mat. So once again, what serves you is that low crescent lunge to start. Patting up your knees, an option, doubling up your mat. If you're feeling comfortable here and you want to take it up to a high crescent lunge, you can pop up off your knee, off your right knee. Keeping that bend to your left knee, sweeping your up, arms up, and your gaze follows. So again, just that slight adjustment, coming high off of those back toes, reaching out of our waists, and breathing. Beautiful, guys. Pivoting on your back foot, opening up into warrior two, and I normally change sides, so I'm going to do that. I hope I don't switch anybody off, sorry. So you can see me. Warrior two. Heel to arch alignment, nice generous bend to your knee, feeling that strength as you're in your legs, holding you as your arms float like wings, up and open. Gaze is over your left middle finger now. Is there anywhere you can soften here? Are you still breathing? Flipping your left hand this time as your right hand comes down, stretching down your leg as you reach open, up and over your head, feeling that nice stretch in the left side of your body. Perhaps your gaze goes to your left hand. Are you still bending into your left knee? Beautiful, guys. Coming back through warrior two. Taking that left knee, straightening that leg, making sure we're not locking out the left knee. Can you reach till you feel like you can't reach any longer before you hinge at your waist, reaching down to whatever's accessible. Triangle pose, second side. So again, don't muscle through anything. If you're breathless or if this is a little challenging, that's okay. One side can be completely different than the other. Honor your body. So take that down, your hand down if you're feeling short of breath, making sure you're breathing. But if you feel comfortable, And it's in your practice, you can come up and open. It just opens your chest, making sure that we're still tucked in. Beautiful, guys. Looking down to the mat, planting our hands, coming off our back foot. Right hand is under right shoulder as we twist open. Lunge twist, second side. Taking our hand down, taking left foot to meet right, and we'll rinse it out with our second to last vinyasa. 5 breaths here to reset, and I'll just turn myself back around. If you need to take a drink of water, you can do that. You can start hydrating, especially if you're outside. It's really, really hot out there today. Taking an inhale together, exhale, sigh, let it all go. Bending your knees, walking to the top of your mat. Exhale, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise and shine all the way up. Hands to heart center. Just a little bit of a balanced pose before we floss it out with one last vinyasa and get on with our lengthened stretches. So standing into Tadasana in mountain pose. Your feet are hip distance apart. Feet are parallel like the number 11. We're going to transfer our weight into our left foot, using our right foot like a kickstand at our heel, preparing for tree pose. So this may be where your tree is today, hands on hips. It's just working on our balance a bit. If you wish, you can take your right foot into that inner aspect of your left lower leg, mindful that you're not covering over your knee and making sure that your hips are square, but your right knee is opening to the side. Hand expression, your choice, can be on your hips, heart center, or maybe you want to grow some tree branches here. A little tip, if you focus on something on the ground, one spot, it helps you balance a little bit. If your balance is good, you want to challenge it a little bit, maybe you close your eyes, even if it's just for a second, because it's really much more difficult when your eyes are closed. Wherever you are, coming hands back to heart center, closing your knee up like a book, shaking that off. Second side. Weight coming into your right leg now as you prepare, making a kickstand off our left foot. Hands to be at hips, just for stability to start, so you can stay here, knowing, as I always say, one side can be completely different than the other, just awareness, no judgment. Don't muscle through it, honor your body. If you're feeling comfortable, you want to go there, take your foot into your inner aspect of your right leg. And maybe it's in your practice to take your left foot right up into your inner thigh, and if that's in your practice, you can go there. I'm sorry I didn't give you that offering on the other side. It's not in my practice. We're going to grow our branches, and maybe the branches are dancing a little bit in the wind. Beautiful, guys. Taking your hands back to heart center, closing your left knee up, shaking your legs off as you come back up. Come sweeping up to stand. This time swan diving all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to our final vinyasa. And we'll meet in child's pose. Beautiful, guys. So when you're ready, coming into your child's pose. And as we start to hold these poses just a little bit longer, this is the time to come back to your breath, because your mind's going to wander, and that's okay. Just bring your awareness to whatever's come to mind, acknowledge it. No judgment. Come back to your breath. So sitting back in your heels, forehead touches the mat. Maybe you stretch your hands out long, or maybe you want to take your hands behind your head in prayer. Wherever you are, 20 breaths here. And I'm just going to come up so I can see you guys. Well, virtually see you guys. So as you're sitting here in this child's pose, feeling breath into the back of your body, is there an area that may be calling your attention? Send some breath there. Ten more breaths. Coming slowly out of that pose, pushing up onto your hands and your knees. And you might just want to wiggle your tail from side to side. As we're coming out of these postures, we're holding for 20 breaths. You just want to be gentle with your body, slow and steady, and just have a little twist or side to side to reset. Okay. So from your table, we're going to take our right foot through up to the side of our mat. So our right foot is at the edge of our mat. And if you're here, you can just heel toe your toes over so that it aligns to the edge of your mat. Left leg is on the mat. Again, patting your knee up if that's any problems with your knees for comfort here. If you have a block or a pillow, you can take them and be available to you. And if you're not feeling this stretch, you can always ease your left leg back a little bit. Toes are flat on the floor. And we want to just invite our shoulder to that inner aspect of our right knee. So lizard pose. So coming down to your expression of lizard, wherever that is, this could be where you are, and that's okay, because it's a big hip opener here. If it's in your practice to come down onto your forearms or to the mat or a pillow, you can go there. Or for anybody that wants to come up off your knee, you can go there. Honor your body. Do what feels right for you. Can you hold this for 10 breaths? So when we enter into these deeper stretches, when we're holding things longer, know that you're the boss of this. This is your practice. So don't muscle through anything, just be. But in any time you want to come out of the pose, just ask yourself, Is it because there's something going on in my body? So yes, please come out. But is it that maybe we've got something that holding for a few more breaths and release. Two breaths wherever you are. Taking your left knee down to the mat if it's not there already. Taking right leg to meet left. And just a little bit of wagging our tail again. Maybe you want to just come a little bit deeper to release that stretch. Everybody doing okay? Beautiful, guys. So you know where we're going. Lizard second side. So setting up our foundation, taking our left foot up to the outer aspect of our mat. So again, if your foot lands here first, that's okay. Just heel toe over. Taking our right knee, maybe inching it back. Again, patting up your mat if that serves you better. Taking our hands down. Left hand is beside our left foot, our shoulders leaning into our left knee. And find your expression. Again, if you're feeling that you need to just inch that right leg back, do so. So you can come here or come down on your elbows or a block or a pillow. Or again, maybe you want to pop your knee up. Always an option to try something different maybe. And if that's like, nope, that's too much, come out of it. And then find your breath wherever you are. 10 breaths here. Five more. You can, you can. Just remember that breath coming in your nose, filling up your chest and your belly. Maybe exhaling, sigh, let it all go. Slowly coming out of that, dropping your right knee down if it's elevated, taking your left knee to meet right, and then just, again, rocking your hips from side to side, letting anything go. We're going to transition onto our bums now, and if you have a block or a pillow that you want to use just to support your legs, you can grab that, not necessarily for the practice. And we're going to ease ourselves, maybe just slowly, one vertebrae at a time, all the way down to the mat. Beautiful, guys. Let's do that together. Inhale. Exhale, sigh. Let it all go. Taking your feet, bending your knees, planting your feet on the floor. Taking your right leg over your left, like it's the number 4, figure 4. We're going to stretch out our hips here now. So this may be your expression of your figure 4 today. Or maybe you point your toe and you come up a little bit. Or maybe it's in your practice to thread and needle through the eye of your legs. Gently taking your left knee to your nose. Flexing your feet to protect your knees. Can you hold this for 10 breaths here? Not scrunching up your shoulders or your neck. Relaxing. Letting that clasp go if you were in thread the needle, taking right leg to the mat. Just windshield wiping your knees from side to side before we transition to second side. Having stillness once again, taking left foot over right knee now, figure 4 second side to your expression. So here, feeling that stretch in your hip, or maybe on your tippy toes, or your foot's on your block. Or do you want to thread through the eyes of your legs, taking that right knee to your chest, keeping your feet flexed, shoulders are relaxed. Once again, any awareness to perhaps this side feels totally different than the other, and that's okay. Sending breath into any area that may be calling your attention. And it's okay to come down here to figure 4. No one ever said you had to thread the needle. I'm going to come there today. Five more breaths wherever you are. Uncrossing your legs. Just taking the next few minutes to cycle through any last movement your body may be craving. Perhaps that's just windshield wiping your legs from side to side once again. Maybe you're ready to get into your Shavasana. Can I offer maybe just a different pose for Shavasana today if you want to? Coming into recline bound ankle, taking your feet together, hips are opening. Just again, that openness in our hips that we're going for today. Taking left hand to heart, right hand to belly. So we can stay here for our Shavasana, but also knowing that if you want to end with a traditional Shavasana, that's also available for you. Your practice, your choice. Wherever you are, can you take this last few minutes of class to rest and restore, knowing that the sound of my voice will bring you back when the time is right. Enjoy. If you don't have a hard stop, you can stay in your Shavasana. If you have to get going like I do, just offering some small movements back into your body. Slowly bringing your awareness back. Maybe opening and closing your eyes. Letting light in. Maybe one more massage to the back of your head. Where you lengthen like you're waking up from a brand new day, a good nap. Take your knees to chest one more time. before rolling over to one side or the other. Just using your arm as a pillow in fetal position just for a moment before pushing up to sit. Wow, that 45 minutes went quick. Taking your hands to heart center, bowing your chin to your chest. Just feeling that connection of your thumb to your sternum. And seeing how do you feel now after 45 minutes of moving and breathing, stretching. Do you notice any changes in your body, in your heart, or your mind? So yesterday I was talking about just being, and I shared that I had big plans, what I was going to do on Monday night, and my dog had other plans. She wanted to go chase rabbits. So if we can sometimes think about letting our to-do list go or our plans, that sometimes it's okay to follow a plan, but what if you just enjoyed the unexpected of what you might encounter just being without a plan. So we found rabbits on our walk, found that the daisies were flowering, my favorite flower was flowering. And the other things that I was planning to do still got done, just at a different time. So friends, honor your body, honor yourself, and make sure that you're taking some time just to be. It's my pleasure to lead you in practice today. The love and the light in my heart bows to the love and the light in your heart. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that you have great days for the rest of it. And it's great to see some new people out there. Hi Kim, hi Lindsay, hi Linda, hi Maureen, hi Dee Dee, hi Claude. Great to see you guys. As always, feedback welcome. If there's something that you'd like to see in your class, let me know. And it's great to see you guys, and I hope you have wonderful evenings, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Namaste.